I'm going to give you the top 5 lessons of 2023 that made me $1 million. I'm going to be very honest and very transparent about everything. That way you can apply some of these lessons and make a whole lot more money in 2024. So let's dive right in. Lesson number 1 is you can't recreate yourself if you're stuck in the same environment. What I mean by this is your environment and your circumstances will always drag you down if you let them. And so what happened was I moved from Ohio to a penthouse in Costa Rica and completely changed my life. I was able to recreate my mind, how I thought about things. And one of the biggest things I told myself when I first got here was no more alcohol, no more vices, no more weed, no more slacking off, right? This is a new environment. No one here is going to drag me down. And another big thing that happened when I moved out of my hometown and completely pivoted the way I think about life was I set a new standard for myself and who I'm around. I no longer was around negative people that brought me down, people that drank or smoked. I just didn't want to be around it. And another reason why this was very impactful for me in 2023 is because it made me very, very uncomfortable. A lot of times we're in our comfort zone. We're very comfortable with the people around our home and just our environment. A lot of us are stuck in our hometown. And what happens is when you leave, you have to meet new people, find new restaurants, find new stores, push yourself out of the limits and just be uncomfortable being alone, being uncomfortable just growing and knowing that this is better for you in the long term. So that is one lesson that really, really helped me in 2023. Lesson number 2 was learning to delegate and buy back my time. You will never scale a business successfully if you are doing all of the busy work, all of the admin work, checking the emails, responding to people, onboarding your team. And so I had to let go of that control. Like our ego wants to hold on to everything and make it perfect. We tell ourselves that no one could do it as great as us, right? But the thing is, if you keep yourself bogged down, you'll never be creative and you'll never be able to scale because you're focused on too many little things. And one of my biggest takeaways as I was scaling my content agency to $100,000 a month before I sold it was clients don't care who does the task as long as it gets done right and on time. This was a huge mindset shift for me because when I realized this, I was like, whoa, my team member can respond to them and they'll be completely okay with it. I don't need to be in the picture. And so I started hiring virtual assistants. You can hire a virtual assistant on onlinejobs.ph for $4 an hour, start delegating admin work, delegating tedious tasks. So this is one of the biggest things that allowed us to grow in 2023 because I started letting go. I started delegating tasks to virtual assistants, to team members, to sales reps, to all these different people. And at a certain point, I had 23 employees. And I'm like, dude, I'm 25 years old. Why do I have this many employees, this much responsibility? It's okay. It teaches you leadership, but start with one. When I was reflecting on my year and really thinking to myself, what are the top 5 lessons? And I realized this is such an important one because this allowed me to learn how to lead and learn to move the needle forward. If you're not doing tasks that move the needle forward in your business and in your life every single day, and when you're stuck just doing a bunch of busy work that doesn't move the needle forward, you'll never grow in business. And remember this. Even if the task does not get done as perfectly as you can do it, it still gets done and you're able to keep your energy and focus on the money-making activities. So keep that in mind. Lesson number 3 in 2023 was hiring more mentors and investing into myself. I realized I wanted to run. I started my agency and I was like, how do I get these systems in place? How do I lead? How do I hire? And I started finding mentors that are like, Boris, do this and this and this. So the fastest way to avoid a bunch of mistakes is by hiring people that have done what you want to do. I spent 6 figures in 2023 because success leaves clues and success loves speed. And so if you are able to fast track your growth because someone's done it better than you, someone's done it faster, someone's done it already, and they can help you avoid a lot of the mistakes that you will make, and they can help you get to 20, 30, 40, 50, $100,000 a month way faster than you can, the investment is always worth it because they allow you to buy back your time and they allow you to really, really crush it and bring them the problems that you're dealing with. It was great for me because I had a lot of problems and bottlenecks. I scaled up my businesses and I was able to bring my problems to my mentors. And they were like, Boris, do this, this, this. Just kept listening, kept asking questions, and kept investing into the business. And out of nowhere, my business is at $100,000 a month. I'm living in Costa Rica. Wife is retired. I'm chilling. And I'm like, damn, That was a good investment. And so that was lesson number 3. Lesson number 4 was detaching myself from the money and focusing on the impact versus the income. And a lot of us want to make the sale. We want to grab the money and run with it and make as much money as humanly possible, right? And I wanted to do the same thing. I was very money driven. I was very transactional. Like when I was running my agency, everything was very transactional. I didn't really care who we brought on, what the client was, how much they were paying. I just cared about the money was coming in, and we just kept getting more and more clients. That's all I cared about. Versus when I pivoted into coaching 4 or 5 months ago, I was like, I'm more fulfilled when my clients make more money. When my clients see results, I'm more fulfilled that way. And so I had to detach myself from the outcome, because what happens is if we always attach ourselves to the Stripe invoices, then 1 month you're feeling on top of the world, and the second month you're not. You're feeling very down about yourself. Versus if you can actually look at your business and you're like, as long as I keep focusing on the input, which is making content, doing my cold outreach, spending money on ads, hiring mentors, focusing on the business, just grinding every day, then I already won. Whether business goes up or down, because in the end of the day, it always fluctuates. And so why am I going to attach myself to the outcome? And that's just going to mess with you. It's going to mess with your ego, mess with your mindset, and it's not good at all. You can't attach yourself to the pretty little Stripe invoices coming in every single day. Lesson number 5 is very tactical, and yet no one does it. It's very hard to do this for some reason for a lot of people, myself included, and that is living below your means. As soon as you make a little bit more money, you want to eat nicer, you want to buy nicer cars, you want to live in a penthouse. And I want to talk about something very, very important that I wish I learned years ago, which is if my income goes up, that does not mean my expenses need to go up. And I say this because every single time my money went up, my lifestyle went up. Better vacations, better cars, bought a Tesla, rented a penthouse. And the problem with this is you have to learn how to stop. You have to learn where to cap it. And so here's the solution for this. Set up money allocations. And here's what I mean by this. Set up percentages that you can live off of. Essentially, anytime money comes in, I break it up into percentages. I set up percentages in my life that allow me to live the life I want, yet still invest, still save money, still have money for tithing, still have money for whatever I want to have. And I strongly recommend that you do the same thing. One thing that I did was I set up percentages, such as I live off of 25%. I donate 10%. I save 10%. I reinvest 50%. And I don't need to do that, but I'm trying to run. Anytime I have extra money, I hire a mentor. I put more money into ads. But at least I know I'm able to do that because I split up the money that way. And so look at your money coming in and make sure that you allocate money towards savings, investments, taxes, all these other different things right off the bat. Pay yourself first and make sure that you do it right away. Like as soon as money comes in, I transfer it into different accounts. I have literally 6 different bank accounts for different things. But the beauty about this is I no longer live above my means because I give myself 25% to live off of. And so if I make $100,000 a month, I can live off of $25,000, which is okay for me to justify the $8,500 penthouse, the cars, the steak every day. It's okay. And so the whole goal about setting up different allocations is knowing that you're not living above your means and knowing that you're actually like saving money and putting money away for rainy day and reinvesting back into yourself. But I just wish I did this prior because some of you guys are like, I can't save money. Start with 5%. That's what I did. I started with 5% like a year ago. And I'm like, 5% of each paycheck adds up to a couple $1,000s. Now let's do 10% and 15%. And I started getting addicted to saving money. And so I strongly encourage you to set up percentage allocations in your life. And as you make more money, you could change up the allocations. And if you set this up, I promise you at the end of 2024, you will have a lot more money in your bank account. And so guys, these are my top 5 lessons of 2023. This is me being fully transparent, fully authentic, and we'll be starting to make a lot more content in 2024. So hit that subscribe button. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you.